Why ChatGPT, AI, or will take 99% of the jobs? The 99% is from calculation. It is not 98%, it's not 90%, it's strictly 99%. Okay, imagine that Gordon Ramsay, this famous cook, can cook any type of food, Italian, Chinese, German food, you name it. And they can deliver the food to your doorstep within like 1 second and for an affordable price, like €1. The question is, how many of the restaurants near your home are still able to profit? The answer is very simple, none of them, right? So only the top ranking restaurants or the top rated cook like Gordon Ramsay are still able to compete in this kind of environment. Okay, let me give you another example. Think about this top rank user on Leetcode or in kind of cargo competition. They are willing to work for any tech firms 24 hours, 7 days, 365. How many of the engineers are still able to have a job? None. So you see this logic here that if you're not the absolute best in your industry, if you're not the best YouTube creator, you are not the best artist who have a special type of style, your work have no value because you are just not able to beat the average AI or ChatGPT performance. That's the simple truth. This means that a lot of junior entry-level jobs or a lot of white-collar workers will be deeply affected by it. Basically, what we get from the education system right now, the knowledge we study for so long, from primary school, elementary school to university, they have no financial value because you are not just professional enough to beat the ChatGPT performance. In our current society, our IQ, our intelligence difference can make a difference on our revenue, right? On our incomes. For example, if somebody's IQ is 150 in general, they will earn more and they can earn easily than somebody IQ is 90. And when ChatGPT is integrated into every industry, then whether this person's IQ is 150 or 90 doesn't really matter. As long as their IQ is not 250, their work have no value. That's a simple truth because AI can, create some solutions from an average IQ of 200, let's say. So you really have to be the 1% of the whole population. You think this deviation is not rigorous enough? Okay, then I try to, convince you in another way. So I think there are basically four things that cannot be done by AI. And these four things, only 1% of the human being can do that. So the first thing that AI are not able to do for you is that AI could not go to jail for you. This is very easy to understand, right? When you go to some kind of working environment that you need to take kind of decisions and take responsibility for their decisions, like if you're a driver, or if you are some kind of nurse or doctors, you have to take responsibility of your knowledge, right? And you probably said, okay, my industry doesn't belong to the field you just mentioned. Okay, then I said, like the second type of thing that AI cannot do is that creating some, new data. So basically, this is where you have to beat, peers and have to be creative. Because, the normal kind of work, just repeating or copy pasting some code from Stack Overflow to your own business, to your own need doesn't really contribute a lot to the training set. What you really have to do is that come up with something that is worthwhile for ChatGPT to use your work as part of their training data. But how many of us are able to produce a work that are so unique, that are so creative, that are like 1% of the industry quality? Not too much, I guess. Well, there is the third kind of job that AI cannot do is this emotional values. So I observed something that's very interesting because it's like a cycle, right? So during the first industrial revolutions, people are proud of something that are made by machine. For example, this very expensive watch, it's like their precision is very high. And then this trend, goes around in year 2000. Why? Because people seem to value handcraft items, like handcraft clothes, handcraft, candles. So it's like a cycle, right? Because everything is made by machines right now. And what really make an item unique is that, okay, there is some human labor involved, and people like to pay more for that. People always compare natural diamond to laboratory diamond, right? So initially their comparison is like, okay, the laboratory diamond is not pure enough. And when the laboratory diamond is like very pure, then even purer than natural diamond, and then they said that natural diamond worth a lot because they are not pure. So let's suppose that there is this nutrition liquid that satisfy our dietary need, and then people are still going to hire cooks. Why? Because at that time cooking is a luxury, and those people who can hire chefs, cook for them, is like a demonstration of their status. The last thing that AI cannot do for you is physical labor. I guess this part is clear. I hope the thing I just said, you know, triggers on thinkings, and maybe you feel very pessimistic about the future and stuff. This is some advice from me, right? So I see a lot of my friends, they are kind of reluctant to to dive into the AI tools and stuff. So I think the career that will be affected the most is in translations, right? Because if you look at these language models, they are built for translations. I mean, some of my friends, they are against them, saying that, okay, there are some background noise and blah, blah, blah. A lot of the objections they raise, they are not even worth discussing. This is not even a technical problem. This is like easily solvable. So if your major has nothing to do with AI, have nothing to do with the 4 areas I have just mentioned in the previous video, then I want you to, to stop, to make a decision to stop and switch the area of focus, because people always fall into this sunk cost, right? Because like my previous career, probably already go to university and have a bachelor degree and thinking about like having a master degree. So there are like a certain time and energy invested, but if your industry are not going to benefit from this AI transition, which is like nobody can stop it right now, you really should think of like other alternative instead of keep investing yourself in that major in the industry. So example is like if you are on Titanic and you know that the boat is going to sink, you should not like improve yourself on that boat. Like you should really go and enjoy life at the moment, right? So the logic is basically to change your focus and don't stuck to a certain area because you just wish that AI transformation never happened to you or never happened to your industry, right? So you should really like open your eyes and see the words right now. And whether you like it or not, this is going to be the future trend. I don't want to like spread this desperateness throughout my audience. So there is some hope. So the hope is in the natural law of economics. So our current economics is based on people have to consume, right? And if you look at every economic crisis, it's like people are not consuming enough, whether this is due to income or due to other reasons. So if in the end that AI indeed take 99% of the job, right, it means that 99% of people are jobless and they're not able to consume a lot of things, right, any kind of things. And then this economical crisis will happen. Basically, the money in our current financial system will be redistributed, whether some people like it or not. So this is the hope, right? This is the natural law of economics. This is the last hope. So once again, I have trust in AI. I think it is a good tool, and I really like this transformation because it basically free a lot of people from their routine and their like repetitive work. I have trust in AI. I have trust in LLM. I have trust in artificial intelligence. I just don't trust humanity or the political system right now. Yes, so stay up tuned. So this is like a video that's for self-expression. I hope I at least trigger some thinking from your side. We'll see each other next time. Bye bye.